Hello, Matt Davis back with more quiz help. This one comes from the quiz for section 5.2. Let's give it a look. The following chart shows the number of goals scored by the losing hockey team in 47 NHL games. Consider the events below and suppose one of these events is picked at random. We have A, the number of goals is 0, B is the number of goals is more than 1, and so on and so on. And in fact, we're going to add one more to that, so on and so on. We're going to add an event E to this list, and that event is going to be the number of goals scored is at least 1. All right, and then whenever you're dealing with these events, it's good to list out what would that mean. So at least 1 means 1 or higher. So from that chart, 1 or higher becomes 1, 2, 3, or 4, because that's where the list stops. So that's what we've got. And they want us to determine the probability of C and D, but I want to mix it up and give help, not answers. So we're going to do the probability of C and E instead using this new event that I just defined. All right, so we've got event E is 1, 2, 3, 4, so let's look at event C. Event C is at most 3. At most 3 translates to 3 and down, so that would be 0, 1, 2, 3. All right, and then we want to start thinking about our question, determine the probability of C and E. So one of the key things you want to think about is the Venn diagram idea of how you do an and question. So if we have A and B sort of events, and this is A, and we have a B over here, then A and B is the overlap of those two. So in a Venn diagram concept, when they tell you an and, you want to think about the overlap. So if we look at that in terms of the list over here, let's go with some colors. We can start out with blue, I suppose, for event A, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. And then our other event E, is 1, 2, 3, 4. So where's the overlap? So the overlap would be stuff that's both in the blue box and the red box. So that would be these guys right here. So when they say they want the probability of C and E, that means they want the probability of the overlap. And we just worked out that the overlap of those is 1, 2, 3. And then you switch over to doing number stuff. So how many things are in 1? 19. How many things are in 2? 15. How many things are in 3? 4. And how many did we have total? 47 games. So we want 19 plus 15 plus 4 out of 47. So we switch over to the calculator for that. 19 plus 15 plus 4. Always remembering to put numerators in parentheses if there's more than one number. And then divide that by our denominator for 47. Round that to 4 decimal places, so 0.8085 followed by a 1. So with the 1, we stick with the 5 instead of rounding up. So 0.8085 will be our final answer. So 0.8085. So that's our answer for that one. 0.8085. All right, so where does this go wrong? Most commonly, when people hear an and, a mistake they'll do is they'll do an or. They'll think I want everything from C, and then I want everything from E also. And with and, it's overlap. And then the other thing I would say is make sure that you're doing it in a visual way. So list out what the events are for E. List out what the outcomes are that make up event C. And then circle them or box them like I did on the chart so that you can visually see what the overlap is, and then just count those things. And make sure you don't count that there's 3 categories, but make sure you're counting frequency. So when it comes time to do the counting, we're counting games. How often did that happen? 19 times plus 15 times plus 4 times, and then out of the number of games. So adding up frequencies and then dividing by frequency also. All right, I hope that helps you get unstuck on this. Good luck as you return.